This couple works full-time jobs while building a multinational company on nights and weekends. How, and more importantly, why do they do it? I'm Jenna Ambrose, and I've been working closely with entrepreneurs Moose and Ashley on some of their projects, ever since we connected over a failed ice cream shop venture. I've never met anyone who makes the impossible feel possible like they do, and I can genuinely say they're some of the most interesting people I know. Listen in to learn how they plan to impact the small town market in a big way. This is Small Towns, Big Bets.
Weekends are not time off from work anymore.
Yeah, I promise we can still be friends. It's fine.
Nobody can get mad if you're working by the book.
Kind of doing your own thing or you're corporate. He influenced me a lot to realize that you can actually have both.
If you think you can't do it while you have a day job, you absolutely can.
We've always had roots for him in Canada and for me here. 7 hours door to door, not that bad.
And I remember being 8, 9 years old, filling the fridges. Unfortunately, that deal didn't close. But then we went and met the team at the Winter. And that's when it all just helps all of our brands accelerate their digital presence. 3 more families in a place that they can call home.
As like a Chip and Joanna Gaines.
I don't consent to being recorded.
What would you say to someone who has an idea but thinks that the market is too small or that the risk is too big?
Weekends are good to see you.
Hi, Moose.
How are you? Great to see you.
Hi, my name is Jenna, and today I'm going to be hosting an interview about entrepreneurship with my friends Moose and Ashley. And Potato. Let's start. Moose, who are you? Tell me about yourself and your background.
That's the big question. So, Lebanese-born Canadian, recently moved to the U.S., and I've kind of just been, with that entrepreneurial spirit my whole life. Something I've been very excited and passionate about. Mm-hmm. I started out as a licensed automotive mechanic, started swinging a wrench, working for a dealership. Quickly went into work for myself, opened a few dealerships, service centers and different things of that nature, and then moved into what I'm totally passionate about, which is customer experience. And did that with a company and had the privilege of supporting the automotive vertical for them and continue to today, so for a little over 18 years. About 2 years or so ago, moved into enterprise sales with the same company and really accelerated the growth of our personal business.
Well, Ashley, same question. Who are you? Tell me about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm a Midwestern girl through and through. I was born in Ohio, raised in Indy, and then I ended up going to Purdue. So then
I will not hold that against you. I
went to
you
an IU girl?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's okay. That's okay.
I promise we can still be friends. It's fine.
But yeah, so after Purdue, work brought me to Indianapolis. So was in Indianapolis for a while and then switched companies, but I've always been in customer experience. So that's the part that I really love, whether it's personal or professional. That's what I like to focus on is the customer experience. So
you're a people person.
I am.
So how did the two of you meet?
Yeah, so we met through work. And I think we definitely clicked right away because we both had the same passions for work. We had the same passions for customer experience and for people. So when we were on the operations side together, and then again, I think he moved into what his real passion was sales. So that's when it changed from, professional to personal. But even, throughout the whole time we were working externally on, other investments and everything. So we already had that foundation together, which really ended up working out well across the board.
Working well together on multiple levels.
Yes, exactly.
The LKC group, how did it start? Walk me through the origin story.
Yeah, so it actually started with my dad. So ever since as far back as I can remember in Canada, Dad owned a convenience store or kind of a small grocery store in Burlington, Ontario in Canada. And I remember being 8, 9 years old, filling the fridges. We'd all go there after work to eat dinner together with Dad. And it was always kind of a regular part of our family. We just knew that there was, something else we all had to do together. My sisters worked there, and it was something I really wanted for us as well. And as kind of we, think about our 3 kids amongst us, 3 beautiful girls, wanted to leave something for them in the future. So it, was born with LKC Solutions in Canada. My brother-in-law and I went into a venture with laundromats in Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta.
Laundromats.
Yes, grown that quite a bit over the last couple of years. And then as Ashley and I got to know each other, started talking about all the great opportunity on this side of the border. And we started venturing off over here with the addition of LKC Properties, which is now also across both countries. And most recently with the addition of the Rintin Inn, which is our pet care brand that we've just launched.
Yeah, and KC was the name of your dad's variety store, right? And then so now we did LKC to kind of continue.
That's actually our
and
family
his last name.
So yeah, it's LKC is the family name, and I always used to joke with folks when they'd say, well, how do you spell it? And instead of the long drawn out version, I'd just be like LKC. So very quickly, the LKC group was kind of born.
Great. It has a deeper meaning
Yep.
for sure. So cross-border dynamic, Canada and the U.S., what does that look like?
A lot of miles.
Yeah, a lot of miles, but I think it's how we started. So I think it's, we've always had roots for him in Canada and for me here. So I think it's 7 hours door to door, not that bad. I know it's when a lot of our thoughts and conversations and all of our ideas have come forward. So I think it's always, people ask, how does that work? But it's just how we've always been. So it's always come pretty natural, I think.
Yeah, and I'd say I'm used to being the road warrior. I've always kind of been on the road, regardless of what aspect of my professional life it's been. So it was just kind of second nature and very much worth driving 7 hours as we got to know each other more and got to spend time together, but then took a lot of advantage of our time on the road, learning from podcasts, listening to different business channels so that we really figure out how do we do this right.
The LKC group, you mentioned the laundromat and the rent and inn. What does the portfolio look like today?
I think the portfolio is it's born on a couple of things. It's born on supporting brands with a shared service model and allowing owner operators to really kind of take advantage of those brands in the communities that they serve. And the concept was really built off of two key pillars: solve a problem or be accretive to what we already have. And essentially what we've built now is, the newest edition, LKC Web Services, helps all of our brands accelerate their digital presence. And thanks to you, we have a very strong social media following, and hopefully now even stronger with shows like this, where we can really kind of get out to the communities that we serve to help them know what it is that we are doing. LKC Properties, which is our rental arm, if you will, which is committed to kind of providing a little bit higher service rentals than you just run of the mill. As well as then the Setify brand, which is the laundromat, and now Rent and Inn in Crawfordsville, which is our care business.
Tell me a little bit about what it means to you personally to be in the small market, small communities. What does that mean to you?
I think it's not only, it's obviously creating the jobs and everything that we do in the small communities, but it's also, you just have a chance to be more personal. For example, with our dog daycare business, the dog sleeping on the floor now is obviously what you created the logo off of. So her face got to be, on the building, splattered everywhere, and that's not something you can do.
She's
obviously,
famous.
yes, you can't do that as much in a big area. But I know, being a part of the community, creating opportunities is a really important thing for us.
Yeah, and I think the other area that I think the smaller communities really brings is they are a little bit underserved. So we do generally see a lot of these smaller communities not having access to some of the services or not having them at the level that you would in some of the larger metropolitan areas. And I think one of the things we're super excited about is being able to bring that elevated service into communities regardless of their size, so that everybody can kind of have access to the service.
Tell me about the Rent and Inn. What makes it different from those big brands in the metropolitan areas?
So it's funny. Rent and Inn actually started, at least on paper, when we were talking about it, almost like a photocopy of those bigger franchise pet care businesses, because it's really all we knew, right? It's what we took Potato to. It's where we kind of were able to build that plan from. But then we went and met the team at the Rent and Inn, and that's when it all changed. But then as we got to meet the original founder of the place, Susie Williams.
Love Susie.
She's amazing. I honestly didn't think it would be possible to have that much opportunity in such a small area for this type of work. What Susie and that team had done for the better part of 12 years with the Rent and Inn proved that it could, and just needed a little bit of that next step, bring in some technology and some efficiencies. So we learned very quickly that it is a spot for you to leave your pets like you're leaving them at home. And really to leave them with people that not only know their names, know the names of the owners, but care about them just as much as they care about their own pets.
Yes.
So it's a boarding, play care, and kind of, we call it spa service, resort for your pet.
Rent and Inn was definitely, it was also about just personal passions too for that one to start.
Yes.
You're
the dog lady.
I am the dog lady, yeah. So I've always rescued. I've had dogs since I was little. Always want more dogs, even though I love this one. But I think with the daycare and just really moving into something that you're super passionate about was really important to me. And laundry is great, but just had a little bit more passion for dogs than I did laundry. It was really exciting.
Yeah, I love laundry.
That was actually a conversation in the car too when we were driving, and you were talking about like what should we do next, and I was like, I would love to own a doggy daycare, and then within 6 months we made that happen. So
So you had that idea before realizing that the Rinkin Inn was for sale?
oh yeah.
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
No way.
Yep.
And it's funny, it was actually born a little bit out of the ice cream shop that we all met on. Because I think, truthfully, that was a disappointing venture. We had gotten really close.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that deal didn't close. And, now as we're growing, I think we're all learning that happens. And that's okay.
For a reason.
For a reason sometimes, or all times, I should say. But really, I think what was born from that is she was extremely excited about it and super passionate. And when we saw that, I had to make sure that the next business venture brought the same kind of passion.
Yes. I'm kind of seeing you guys as like a Chip and Joanna Gaines, where you have the vision and then he kind of helps bring it to life.
That sounds about
I do
right.
like her, so yeah, this is
Yeah. And speaking of the Rinkin Inn, there's an event coming up, right?
Yeah, this Saturday, actually, on the 20th. So we're privileged to be able to participate with 10 local businesses, a shelter and a local rescue, to put together what we're calling the Dog Days of Summer Kickoff. So it's just an opportunity for us to meet the community, meet all the pet parents that are out there, bring a lot of great vendors together for a really fun afternoon on Saturday, but also for a very important cause. So we are looking to support the Animal Welfare League of Montgomery County, as well as some other agencies that are bringing some pets for adoption.
Great. Get some pets adopted.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a wonderful goal.
not from us.
Oh, you're not going to adopt a few on Saturday?
I've
Are you
been told
sure?
I'm not allowed. I've been told I'm not allowed.
We'll see how the event goes.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about the next 12 months and what that looks for you. What's your North Star here?
So I think the North Star for the company is really solving people's problems and serving people first. What's next for us? I think rapid growth, really, if we think about what our plans are for the next 12 months. And we're looking to do that in a couple of different segments. LKC Properties has done extremely well in the U.S., rejuvenating homes in the local communities. Again, we're focusing on smaller communities like Greenwood, Indiana, and just outside of Indianapolis and Speedway to really kind of take older homes that are no longer livable and bringing them above regular standards. Really happy to say that in the last 6 months, we've had 2 families join LKC Properties and are very happy with their homes. And we're looking to do at least 2 or 3 more this year. Hopefully, getting three more families in a place that they can call home. I think from a pet care and laundry perspective, always looking for new opportunities to grow, but taking some time to really learn the pet care industry business and perfect what we have at RTI and continue to work that. And then, hopefully look for some quick expansion to serve the areas around them.
I've seen pictures of the properties and they are beautiful. You guys really did a 180 on those. So what does winning look like for the two of you? Like, what's the big goal?
Well, I would definitely say financial freedom is a big one. For me, I always thought it had to be you choose to be, going into kind of doing your own thing or you're corporate. Like until he influenced me a lot to realize that you can actually have both. So I think continuing to do that and have both together, that's a winning for me.
I think it's a legacy, right? It's leaving something behind again for these 3 beautiful girls and just making sure that our name continues on and leaves something, to remember beyond just, oh, that was another business that was open. So, that definitely, I think when we get to a point where folks recognize what LKC Group is, I think that's a win. That's when I consider it a huge win.
Being impactful.
And having communities really rely on us for their day-to-day.
So next I want to talk a little bit about you guys personally. What's the hardest part of being partners both in life and in business?
I don't consent to being recorded for this. I'll let you start.
What's the hardest part?
You start with this one.
Oh gosh, the hardest part? I would say we're constantly doing both all the time. So I think before, when we were both just fully focused on corporate, like weekends were definitely weekends. Weekends are not, time off from work anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely good that we're both doing it together versus, someone doing it separately, because it helps that we're always kind of, when we're on working, it's both of us all of the time. But I would say just trying to get time is probably
Yeah.
just something. How often we say I need more time for this, I need more time for that, and I'd say usually it's more focused on I need more time for work versus being able to disconnect. So it's usually not about the whole when you're talking about the next 10 years. I was like, vacation sounds nice, but I don't think that's probably a realistic answer pretty soon. But
Well, not in the traditional sense, but I think our most recent escape was for a great friend of ours who got married at a destination wedding. And I will say, I think one of the best things about working together with your life and business partner is nobody can get mad if you're working by the pool. So if you're on the phone or the laptops are out while you're sitting in a beautiful resort, in the Caribbean, that's okay. And I think that was the turning point for me. That's when I was like, this is the right thing. Like this is how we really make this work, because we can still enjoy each other's company, we can still enjoy what's happening around us, but still be focused on what matters.
I mean, even if you're working during the day, an evening off work in the Dominican is still better than when you're at home. So it's still you're still there in that location, so that's okay.
Yeah, that's a really nice office space.
Yes,
by the pool.
I will say that I think the one most important thing is balance, right? And it's making sure that you find time. Like we still find time to connect, just us on a personal level, or us and the kids on a personal level, so that that we can't take that for granted. And I think that's really critical. We need to remind each other sometimes, but again, that's probably the most important.
Yeah, so you're not always just clocking out of one job and clocking into another. You gotta
try to take a little time.
Do not disturb button. What would you say to someone who is in a small town right now and has an idea, but thinks that the market is too small or that the risk is too big?
No, I would say for me, it's finding other people to bounce ideas off of and getting a partner. So I think, I can buy my own flowers, but it worked out really well when I found someone that, again, reminded me that it doesn't have to only just be the corporate route. Like if you have an idea that could help you think in a small community, there's got to be someone else that's thinking the same.
I think when we bought the laundromat, something that always rang through to me is I went and visited 14 laundromats within a 25-kilometer radius, or 12.5-mile radius roughly, let's say. I asked every customer the same thing: why do you come here? And tried to use that to help us influence how we built the brand in the community. And overwhelmingly, I would say people are looking for the same thing. They're looking for good service, close to home, at a decent price, and to make sure that they have access to it. So I would tell anybody that wants to go into a small community, it doesn't matter what the population is. Work to scale, but work to the community and what they want. Talk to the people.
All right, any other thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I would say it's been an exciting journey. I hope that anybody that thinks about entrepreneurship, or, like you said, Ashley, if you think you can't do it while you have a day job, you absolutely can. And it's just finding great people. We've been blessed to find a phenomenal team, yourself, Derek at RTI, Nash and Firas at Certify, amongst other phenomenal people and partners that we have that have made it possible.
Alexis and Alyssa.
Yes, Fernandez Realty and Reno. So I think that is a team that's made a lot of this possible, and they do a lot of the great work for us as well.
It's definitely about just find your people. Find the people that have the same interests as you, the same passions, and then you can just come together and make things happen. So it's definitely about the community that we're serving and the community that we're building.
Absolutely.
So where can people find out more about you?
Well, I would say definitely all of our phenomenal social media platforms that you help us run and maintain and keep going. So YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, of course, you can find us everywhere under each one of our brands, but also at thelkcgroup.com, where you can learn a little bit more about what we're doing as a group, what we're up to next, and also take a look at some of the properties.
Okay. And I will see you guys on Saturday.
Yeah, it's coming up
June
soon.
20th.
Yes, in a few
for
days.
the party at Renton Inn.
Yes, really looking forward to that. And again, that's a great opportunity for everybody to come out and support some local shelters and organizations that are really going to help pets out. And hopefully we get to see everybody there on June 20th at the Renton Inn.
Yeah. Yes, and we're hoping for sunny and 75.
75 and sunny all day.
Yes.
Yep, we'll do it.
Well, thank you guys for taking the
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate
I
it.
really appreciate it. And again, this was Moose and Ashley with the LKC Group, and they're talking about how they got started and what entrepreneurship is like across the U.S. and Canada.
Nice.
Yay. Oh, potato! We did
Just put shoes on. Just in case.
Action.
Can you say that again? But then can you hold her hand?
Oh God.
I have to film this.
Group.
Yeah, you should edit that.
.com.
And I
Yeah.
should
Oh,
not
so it's
screw
gonna
that
start
up.
over. Okay. Now we're all recording again.
Okay, can you go away now?
Oh, you're so soft.
Don't pee, Potato.
Yes.
Hi, Potato.
I want rice.
Hi, sweetheart.
Guys.
Oh, I got a little tail wag.
Wait, I need to take a photo of each of you individually.